Solve the following inequality. Write the answer in interval notation. Okay, x plus 3 over x minus 5 is strictly less than 0. Right hand side is already 0, which is kind of good. If it were not 0, then we had to bring that number to the left and subtract. Okay, now we find the zeros of the top and zeros of the bottom. X plus 3 becomes 0 when x equals negative 3. So negative 3 is a 0 of the top. 5 minus 5 is 0, so 5 is 0 of the bottom. Now we locate them on the number line, negative infinity through positive infinity, and this is strictly less than 0. So when we write down the answer in interval notation, we will be using parentheses, not bracket, because it's strictly less than 0. So I would use negative 3, just circle for both, negative 3 and 5. Okay, now we pick a representative from each interval. Now we have to test 3 intervals, negative infinity through negative 3, negative 3 through 5, and 5 through infinity. Pick a representative from each interval. Let's take x equals any number in between negative infinity through negative 3, negative 4. Pick any number, 0, any number, let's take 10. And we plug these numbers into this left hand side, this function. Okay, so we're going to plug in here and determine that's less than 0, means where this is negative. Okay, now let's plug in negative 4. So negative 4 plus 3, negative 4 plus 3, that's negative 1 on the top, divided by negative 4 minus 5, negative 4 minus 5, negative 9, negative 1 divided by negative 9, negative negative cancel, so positive 1/9. All I need is positive. Okay, you can write 2 or 3 or just 1, positive. Plug in the x equals 0. 0 plus 3, 3 over 0 minus 5, negative 5, which is same as negative in the front, negative 3 over 5, negative 3/5. So this is negative. Plug in the x equals 10. 10 plus 3, 13 over 10 minus 5, 5. 13/5, that's positive. Okay, so for any number in between negative infinity and negative 3, this function becomes positive. But we want the function, this fraction, to be less than 0, means negative, which is here, negative 3 through 5. So the solution is negative 3 through 5 and strictly less than 0, so parentheses in both cases. If this question, if this inequality or less than equal to, then we have to put bracket for the 0 coming from the top. It would be bracket, but 5 is coming from the bottom, so it would be parentheses. Anyways, just check the next question.